What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Double V here, back with another video. This is week 8 of Tuddy Talk. Last week we had a pretty solid week. We went 5-5, up 2.73 units. Overall, our current record is 16-16, up 3.2 units. That's playing a unit on each of these plays. If you're new here, this series is just where I pick one guy from each game on the 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock slate to score a touchdown. So, yeah, like I said, we've been doing it for this is the week 3 now of doing this. There's a lot of games. There's no bye weeks this week, so there's 13 games. So, yeah, let's get into it. If you guys could, I would appreciate it if you guys like, comment, and subscribe, but I'm not going to waste any time. Let's just get into it. Our first game is Philadelphia versus Washington. I'm going with A.J. Brown, anytime touchdown on DK for plus 115. Love the spot. He kills Washington earlier this year. He had 2 touchdowns, so love him to score again this week for sure. Next game, Jacksonville versus Pittsburgh. I'm going with Travis Etienne. He has the most touches in the league this season. He's been a touchdown machine. He's been, killing it, so love the spot for him here. Next game up is New Orleans versus Indianapolis Colts. Alvin Kamara, anytime touchdown over at Barstool for plus 135. He's the main guy in their offense. He catches the ball, runs the ball. He's a great weapon. I like going with him, so good spot for him there. Before I continue, just want to let you guys know, I don't think I said this earlier, but, if I didn't pick a guy or I didn't mention a guy that you guys like, definitely leave the comment down below. I'd love to hear what your guys' input and what you guys, take from the video and everything. So, next one up is Dameon Pierce. The Houston versus Carolina game. Over at Barstool, it's minus 115. Carolina has been awful against the run this year, so definitely like for them to target that weakness in their defense. Next game up is the Rams versus Dallas. Going with Cooper Kupp over at FanDuel at plus 140. He had an off week last week with Williams still out. They're starting running back. I love the spot here. That means, they should definitely throw the ball more since he's out. And, in the red zone, he should be the number 1 guy they look to after a bad week last week. And the game script, was good. Dallas is 6.5-point favorite, so they should be playing from behind most of the game. So they should be having to throw the ball. So I like Cooper Kupp. Next game up is Atlanta versus Tennessee. Rolling with Drake London, anytime touchdown score over at FanDuel plus 230. Tennessee struggled against receivers all year this year. He's the main guy over there, him and Kyle Pitts mainly, but, he's the number 1 receiver. I like him to score this week. Next up is the Jets versus Giants. I'm going with Breece Hall, anytime touchdown over at BetMGM for plus 130. Not a huge fan of this game, but, Giants, they've struggled on defense, especially against the run, and Breece Hall has been honestly pretty good this year since they took him off his snap count, so I like him to score for sure. Next game up is New England versus Miami. I'm rolling with Jalen Waddle over at FanDuel plus 145. I know him and Tyreek Hill, they're banged up. They both should play, but Jalen Waddle's, he scores his splits. I don't know the exact numbers. I don't have them on hand, but his splits are a lot better at home scoring than on the road, and Tyreek Hill's vice versa. They're both touchdown machines, but I'm rolling with Jalen Waddle here for a little more value. Next game up is Minnesota versus Green Bay. I'm going with KJ Osborne over at BetMGM for plus 250. Minnesota's been on a tear lately, even without Justin Jefferson. Green Bay has been struggling, so I like KJ Osborne for this week to score. He gets a lot of red zone targets. Next game is Cleveland versus Seattle. Jerome Ford is banged up. I think he's playing. There's no exact word yet. They think he practiced either Thursday. I think he practiced on Thursday. But even if he's there, I still like Kareem Hunt, and especially at over at Bet Rivers, he's plus 200. I love the value there. He scored last week. He's getting a good amount of touches. So I like the spot for him there. Next up is Cincinnati versus San Fran. We're rolling with George Kittle. Anytime touchdown over at Barstool at plus 200. Debo Samuel's still out. Him and Ayuk are the main features in the pass game. Of course, you have McCaffrey, but George Kittle, he usually steps up when either Debo or Ayuk are out. We saw it last week. He didn't have a touchdown, so I think he's going to get one this week against Cincinnati. Next one up is Baltimore versus Arizona. I'm going with Marquise Brown over at FanDuel at plus 240. He's going up against his old team. It's great value for a number one receiver here. The game script, the spread, I believe it's 9.5. It's either 9.5 or 6.5. I believe it's 9.5, at least recording of this video. So they should be playing from behind the whole game. Like him to score against his old team. He's been Josh Dobbs. They have a pretty good connection, him and Josh Dobbs. So I like the spot for him here. And then it's Kansas City versus Denver, which is the last game on the slate. This is my least favorite game, I would say. It was one of my favorite games, and to be honest, I was going to go with Travis Kelce, but there's in the weather, they're saying they're expected like 6 to 14 inches of snow. So I'm just going with Pacheco over at Hard Rock for minus 110. Travis Kelce can very well score, but I'd rather go with a running back if the weather is going to be crazy, especially if they get that amount of snow. It's going to be a crazy game. So hopefully it gets done for us. Hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys, enjoyed the content, got some good information. Like I said, comment down below if I missed anybody. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next week. Peace.